Well, thank you, team, for getting together today to go through the production, the QC, and some of the other things that we're working on together to get this out to backers as quickly as possible. Philip, do you want to give us a quick rundown on where you're at in terms of manufacturing, production, QC, et cetera, at your end? Maybe starting with the cabinets.
Yes, sir. The as you know, our QC team goes to the cabinet factory and inspect all of the cabinets before the cabinets are shipped to us. That way it mitigates QC issues on delaying. So
Excellent.
the QC people, they go during the assembly of the cabinet once to make sure it's put together correctly. Then they go again during finishing, and they go again one more time before they ship it to us. And one of the things that they do at the cabinet factory is they check the cabinet for a fit and finish, meaning that they have to take the cabinet, and the QC brings a team, and they check the cabinet to make sure that it's a great mount, the good fit and finish on the cabinet and on the passive radiator, and they make sure it's a good fit and finish on the actual driver.
Yeah.
Make sure that seats very well, it's flush and all that. And the same thing for the amplifier. They install the amplifier on the back to check for the fit and finish, right? And they do all of this at the cabinet factory, and then they do it once again so the rider's here. Make sure the holes align and set. That's the simple process that we have done there. And then when the cabinets arrive, we do a visual inspection. We look for any dents, orange peel. Just make sure that's a clean cut and all of that before we begin assembly.
Yeah. Excellent.
The first thing that we do when we do assembly is that we follow our SOP, our standard operating procedure, right? And we fill the cabinet with damping material. The damping material is designed and weighted. Each set of damping material is weighted and stuffed into the cabinet. That helps absorb resonances, as you know. The cabinet, the speakers are very special. We've been claiming a coaxial driver. That's because we take the tweeter, which is a compression driver tweeter, and we mount it on the back plate, right? Bam, we mount it on the back plate, and then we mount the complete compression driver, the complete woofer, the 6.5-inch woofer into the unit, screw it down, and off to the races. We build all the drivers in-house, and just we'll see about that later. Each speaker is measured, and we'll go through that. One of the quality things that we have about the passive radiator, about the driver and the passive radiator, is we are in fact using a die-cast aluminum frame on the passive radiator, a graphite impregnated cone on the driver, and a tuned and weighted graphite impregnated cone on the passive radiator. So we use all quality parts during the complete assembly. And then it goes down the line, then it goes down the production line. The workers go down on stuff in the cabinets and so on and so forth to final testing. We are ready. We're just we're waiting for the final pledges so that we can complete our commitment to the suppliers on the purchases of everything. One of the things that come up is that sometimes come up off these campaigns is people wonder, how do I know that my money is going into a real factory? Well, it is. In this case, we're a real factory, quite itching test. So one of the things that we install the actual woofer in the IEC baffle, as you can see there, and we test every single one.
Wow.
And then we check for impedance, QTS, QES, FS, BL, and SPL. So we're checking these 5 important parameters from the production line. Let's test another one, Jagiga. So these are woofers that we're in production with right now. And you can see, we'll do that test one more time.
So you're doing this for every single unit that is delivered to backers, yeah?
Sir, as you know, we're doing this for every single unit. That's our house standard.
Excellent.
And because it's our house standard, there you go. Soil. because it's our house standard, we have to adhere to our house standard protocols.
Mm-hmm.
But because this is the first time that, as far as I know, that you're able to see an actual factory being making the product on HIGHFI on it's the first time you're able to see the product be made from the actual factory in a Kickstarter campaign. It's important that we show the protocols in place. So yes,
Excellent.
we do it for every single driver that we make. It's our house standard. Now,
Awesome.
Now, one of the things that we do is that we charge our magnets in-house. Okay, this is called a magnet charger. This is the coil. Here's the coil. That's the coil, and that's the charging machine. So I'm going to turn it on now, and this is going to help you understand that there is a great deal of power that is involved in charging the motor structure. Okay. And so it's an invisible power, right? It's called a magnetic field, and it's very important. And so you're going to see Lenz's laws in effect right now. When I press the charging unit of the coil, you can see the amount of power, right?
Yeah.
That's how much power is needed to charge a motor structure. I'll do that one more time for the viewers who have never seen it.
That's cool.
Right?
I've never seen that.
Right. So this is a magnetic field against an aluminum frame, which what you have in your product, the HIGHFIBOX HIGHFI box. Okay. So there.
That's very cool.
So the and that amount of power has to be measured. So you want to know what is the metric on that unit. Why do you do that? Because as you know, without being too technical, I'm not going to be too technical, we have to measure the amount of Gauss in the gap. Okay. And so you can see the number here, right? So we take a gap, we take a motor structure, and we put a probe in, and you can see the there we go. We put it in, and bam. We measure it at 4 positions. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're measuring the unit we measure it at 12 o'clock, at 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock, 4 positions.
Yep.
And those are just some of the quality protocols that we have in place on the production line here, and we ensure that is being done to HIGHFINETICS HIGHFI box, because it's our job. It's our pleasure. Thank you.
No, really good job. That's very exciting. Looking good.
We're ready. We're a real factory. We're in production, just waiting for your orders, sir.
Well, we've got a few more weeks to go before the campaign's over, but yeah, we're really looking forward to placing an order with you. And yeah, obviously you're well and truly underway with the current commitments that we've had from backers already, which is wonderful. So as the backers continue to support our project, we'll be continuing to make their HIGHFI boxes to order as we go. So that's it's looking good. I'm really excited and feeling very comfortable about where things are at right now. This is great. Thanks.
Thank you. And what makes this possible is that we have this joint communication. You're on the other side of the water, we're over here. And so having this direct communication with you and the factory, it makes it a whole lot easier, and there's just tons of visibility. So you can rest assured your money's at rest here.
Excellent. All right, Philip, thank you so much. Eva, Linda, thanks guys. Nice work.
Thank you.
Really impressive. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.